Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo, and I'm giving you a quick video here from Utah this morning. So gold futures last week, they acted a bit strange, dropping significantly. The haven metal did not find support among the plunging markets, and this time around, gold became an asset of choice to generate cash. So there were a lot of investors selling off and running for cover. Moving towards cash is illustrating the current market sentiment, and it is possibly an indicator that there is a coming liquidity crunch. In 2008, we saw similar behavior. It was really not until the investors had understood the scope of the central bank stimulus that it began buying gold again, and then it doubled. So we just still are in a period of time that's too early to tell on how all parties are going to respond. The Japan Nikkei will be one of the first markets to open up on Monday. That's going to occur in a little less than 8 hours from now. I'm monitoring the sentiment closely in Japan because this is a part of the world that will set the mood for the West since it opens first on Monday. And it may seem a little silly to talk about Disneyland, but among the long list of closures, from museums to events, Disneyland and the closure that it has experienced in Tokyo has really caught the spotlight for people living in Tokyo. More than 30 million people on an annual basis visit that theme park. It is extremely popular in Japan. Even sumo in March, the tournament, which was completely sold out, will take place behind closed doors. So the spectators will be barred. It'll occur on March 8th to the 22nd. I just can't believe that, tell you the truth. And I was in Arizona yesterday, and I have friends in Arizona, and it was so shocking to me. And I guess I understand, but it's the first time I've been in this position. I had people politely tell me they didn't want to meet with me. So I am just like, wow, I was really taken aback by my good friends not even wanting to say hello to me because they were too afraid because I had traveled from Asia. So keeping things in perspective. Yeah, I think that when we look at this setback, we also need to continue to stay focused on progress that is being made through these difficult times, because it will be the continued building blocks needed to keep moving and providing that value that proves to be utility of the digital asset XRP. And I feel strongly about that because we can get sometimes lost in current events and we lose sight of the bigger picture. So on a podcast interview with the Bottom Line Technologies, they're a solution company for banks, it talks of a real-time payments as a major trend. We know that in this space. And did you know, this is something I didn't know, there are 46 real-time payment initiatives that are live, and 12 are planned and underway. So don't forget that Ripple, the company, is interoperable. And this can be integrated into these initiatives. And the Bottom Line Solutions Company, if you go to one of their solution architects' LinkedIn page, you can see that they are indeed integrating Ripple's technology for the cross-border payments. It's underway, and I can read you in this section here that it is fundamental for them to move out their software as a service, SaaS, to the current disrupting technologies in the financial market, API-based payments, and that's Ripple. And so you're going to see a lot of these real-time payment companies get layered with other technologies, especially those that are interoperable. And I found a very interesting and important article. This is by The Street, and it was written on February 19th. And it talks about the key differences of XRP. And Tuesday, the XRP Global Health was up 21 points since beginning of February, reflecting a 2.45% gain, driven by a 34 point or 4.06 increase in user activity. Developer behavior was also up, and the market maturity was up. All these figures as of the 18th of February, let me just show you that breakdown here, right here. They gave XRP an A. And the Street is a subsidiary of the Maven on Wall Street, and it was co-founded by Jim Cramer. So this is why I found it worth mentioning, because in the past, in previous episodes, Jim Cramer has really belittled crypto. So the fact that they are giving XRP an A, I think, is really worth noting. Okay, yesterday I took place in just popping in really quick to the XRP meetup in the Netherlands. And I wanted to say thank you for everyone who took the time to gather and listen and help build this awareness of the digital asset XRP. I think, yeah, I need to just thank everybody for their presence, and I think that we are in exciting times. And I talked a little bit about Quora, and that I follow David on Quora because he gets asked the widest variety of questions, and he takes the time to share his opinion and his knowledge. And I just, because I only got a few hands up when I asked who here listened or who here reads Quora and follows David. I think there were maybe just 5 hands that went up. So I'm going to put a link to this, and you can see there was a very good question that he got on Wednesday. Would XRP be more valuable today if Ripple was stronger focused on compliance early on? His answer is very interesting. I'm not going to take the time to read it to you, but if you're interested in following what David has to say, not only on XRP and Ripple, but on many subjects, I'm always fascinated with his answers. Okay, everybody, I am jumping to the fluff. So this is, you can see behind me, this is the background that I have out my little terraced balcony of my room. And Utah is amazing. I'm in the middle. I'm surrounded by the Navajo Nation. I came in very late last night, and driving through the Navajo Nation at night is very dark, but the stars are fabulous. So I am telling you that today I'm going to visit some petroglyphs, and I'm very curious to see them. And should you ever go to, wow, that is really big, isn't it? I don't want to take up all the space. So I don't know if you're interested in looking at petroglyphs, but Japan has petroglyphs as well. These are the carvings that are found in Koshu Valley. Actually, there's a couple of places around the country you can find them, but this one particularly is interesting. It is hunting scenes, and it comes from the dated era of the Bronze Age. And this rock art is in the hidden wine country of Japan, which is just 2 hours from Tokyo. It's a growing part of the wine business in Japan. I'm thinking, I'm sure their reds are going to get there. Their whites have gotten there. Their whites are really, really great. But the reds, in my opinion, maybe because I grew up in California and I'm used to those really robust, thick, oak-barreled reds that, you know, particularly the Cabernets that are so koi, we call it, thick, full of flavor. And the Japanese wines in red are a little bit usui, a little bit thin for me, but the whites are really, really, really good. There are 5 wineries that you can visit if you go to this part of Japan, and I'm going to show you the map here. It's just about, it's under 2 hours. It's in the Yamanashi region, and you can see it's just a little southwest of Tokyo. There are buses in Shinjuku that'll take you directly there. It's really super easy to do it. So if you like to combine a little bit of wine with a little bit of petroglyphs, I think this area is the spot for you. It was once a stop for the Edo period feudal lords on their way to Tokyo, to and from Tokyo, actually. So it has a very old history as well. And I think that's all I have for you today. Do take care. We'll be watching the markets. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.